Well, howdy do, buckaroos. Playing with the angle there. How are we doing? Things aren't working with me today. Here we go. Well, darn it. Well, biscuits. Here we go. Anyways, heck, all right, now we got that out the way. Hey, how are you? So I decided to do something here. So I just found this. Well, I just finally got it unpacked, actually. My daughter got this for me a while back, but I hadn't had a chance to use it. It had been in the box for quite some time. She got it in an auction, I guess. And she gave it to her old dad, Jim Beam. It's a barrel shot glass. It's finally the first time that I've had to use it, and I wanted to put actual Jim Beam product in it. So I have a Jim Beam rye. It's a 90 proof Jim Beam pre-prohibition style rye. Well, then I also just picked this up. It's a Redemption High Rye Bourbon, pre-prohibition rye. 40s. This is 90 proof. This is 92. So the Redemption is 92 proof. It's batch 114. It has a 60% corn, 36% rye, 4% barley, aged in new charred barrels. I don't know what the mash bill exactly is on the Jim Beam rye. They don't say, but that I kind of wanted to compare both. And this is bourbon, this is rye, but I was just curious because when I was tasting the Redemption, it was kind of reminded me of the Jim Beam rye. I wanted to use my shot glasses. I know I might be better off using neat glasses or going care. But I've got my Jim Beam barrel glass. I don't have a Redemption glass, so I'm using my Jameson jigger glass here. The aromas are similar, with, not surprisingly, the Redemption being just a little sweeter. So a little vanilla, toffee, rice spice on the nose for the Jim Beam rye. For the Redemption, I'm getting bigger toffee-like notes, which isn't unusual for a bourbon, which is typical for a bourbon. You should get some toffee-like notes in many cases. I do feel the rice spice, but more so in the rye, which would make sense, right? I'm not here to tell you which one is better. I say this for this. Well, you can't compare one to the other. I'm not. I'm looking at differences. I want to see, you know, the difference between the two. I'm not looking to say one is better than the other. Cranking my hair guitar station, playing an LA Guns tune. One more reason was Seamus and I saw LA Guns twice. Two different Rocklahoma shows. The second time, I can't remember his last name, but Marty, who auditioned on Rockstar NXS, was their lead singer, and he was freaking amazing. This dude, I guess that was 10 years ago now, but boy, man, he was an amazing frontman. He was damn impressive. Back to the whiskey. I get sidetracked, man. Had to play some Lita Ford. Close my eyes forever. Yeah, Lita Ford. So here's the thing. We saw Lita Ford there. I said I was going to the whiskey. Then the music sidetracked me again. So, anyways, Lita Ford was at the Rocklahoma show, the second year that we went. And here's what happened though. They had a storm, man. Not just a storm. I mean, it was a Moab, you know. It was or Moas, mother of all storms. It was a Moas, man. It was brutal, man. I ruined everything, wrecked the stage, had to reset. Lita Ford did play, however, but it was very late. Shay was getting tired. We went back and rested and came back, and then we did catch a good portion of her show. We didn't see all of it. I mean, it was very late. I mean, it was like after midnight when she finally took the stage, I think. I think we left about 1-ish, so I think we saw the better part of it, but it was nice. He was a fan and wanted to see her, so. Redemption. Here's the Redemption. Oh, man. You know, we lost him over 4 years ago now, and there was a time where every time I think of a memory like that, I start crying, and now my eyes tear up, but I can smile and laugh because I remember the fun we had there. So, but I still tear up. So again, because it's a high rye bourbon and not a rye, you are going to get more sweetness here. Bourbons have been popular for quite some time. There was a time when bourbons were thought of as poor man's whiskey. It really was. You know, people of any standing would drink scotch. But, you know, throughout the 90s, even the early 2000s, bourbon really made a strong comeback. A lot of small batch bourbons really became very popular. But then over the last small handful of years, it's become all about the wheated bourbons. They're a little sweeter, a little softer on the mouthfeel. You don't get that rice spice, especially all of a sudden Pappy has become hard to get. There's a time I could see it in my store and buy it easily, and now you've got a no guy. Just like Bourbon County Stout, now you got to know a guy. I'm not saying it's overhyped, but I'm saying there's other avenues, right? There's other things out there. So I actually, the point I was trying to make is I'm glad Redemption made this high rye bourbon to really showcase the rye that a bourbon doesn't have to be sweet. That corn is going to provide a certain amount of sweetness. There is no doubt. That's what it's there for. That charred white oak is going to give you some light smoke notes. It may also produce some spice depending on which white oak you're using. If you're using a Missouri white oak, it typically will give you some cinnamon-like notes as well. White oak will also give you some vanilla, which also can provide some sweetness in there. Wheated bourbons really just, that wheat really mellows it out, and I think that's why a lot of folks like them. Although having this one now, I'm really having, going back to appreciating rye bourbon, especially this high rye, because you really feel that rye spice. I get a lot of that sweetness early on. I get some toffee, I get some honey. I'm feeling some honey now. But then at the end, I really feel that lingering rye spice. Now in this Jim Beam Just Rye here, Just Rye. Just Rye. Just Rye. Anyway, Just Right Rye. That should be a name. It is a little spicier. Because it is actually rye. It's not quite as sweet, although the sweetness I do get again is it's layered much the same way as this high rye bourbon, meaning the sweetness that is here is all up front and the spice on the back end. Would I recommend one over the other? Truth be told, no. The Jim Beam rye was only $20 for a 90 proof rye. It is absolutely worth it. And if you like rye of any kind, or even if you're not sure and want to try one, this really is a great one to buy because it's more affordable. It's better value than most. At only $20, it's a damn fine whiskey. The Redemption here, let me show you the bottle. It's a little more, but even it was 26 and change. Can't remember the exact change now, but it was like 26.39, something like that. It was kind of an odd amount, I thought at the time, but what the hell. So it's a little bit more. But again, I'm still talking about a fine high rye bourbon for under $30. I mean, under $30. What are you gonna do, right? I mean, it's a damn fine whiskey for under $30. I haven't got everything unpacked yet. We're just getting going, but I have put some of my glasses out yet. I used one from my shelf there. That's why there's a hole there on that shelf. I've got some more glasses I need to get out, and I'll eventually have it all filled. But it's actually a CD thing, but I decided to put some of my glasses out here. That way I had them handy, and it made a nice backdrop, I thought. And now, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, of course, an Ian Hunter classic done by Grey White here. So this high rye bourbon, even though it's slightly sweeter than the rye here, isn't quite as sweet as most bourbons. And I'm actually really enjoying it because, again, the trend seems to be towards wheated bourbons. I think more people are doing wheated bourbons. Weller's got this whole campaign going on. Of course, they're not a new wheated bourbon, but they're new at hyping the hell out of their products. Now all of a sudden, people are looking at them because they're hyping the hell out of it. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, the regular Weller that's been out forever, I'm not a huge fan of. It's okay. I think it's a decent wheated bourbon. But again, I think a lot of people succumb to hype. Once they start seeing stories on the internet, they succumb to hype. So the 12-year-old may be worth the price tag they're wanting for it. I haven't tried it. But I think most of the people that are buying it are doing so only because they saw a story. they heard a guy. So I think my larger point is don't be sucked in by hype. Don't be a poser drinker. I hate poser drinkers, man. You know those guys. We have them in craft beer, man. The folks that only buy the stuff that they think other people are noticing, you know. Otherwise, they drink some cheap-ass macro when nobody's looking. You know? They've got other groups where they post the macros, but they post these hard-to-get craft beers that they really don't like, but they want everybody to think they do. Anyways, don't be a poser. Drink what's good. And I guess my point is, a good whiskey doesn't have to cost a lot, because this was under $30, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely worth the $27 price tag. Just under 27, I should say. I guess it was regularly 30. They had it on sale for 26 and change. So there you go. I am Tyler Beer Whisperer. Redemption High Rye Bourbon is absolutely worth the price. Right, that particular taste, I did. Right, that particular drink, I picked up a lot of those toffee notes. I also got some honey mixed in with that toffee, some vanilla, a lot of oak, and rye spice right at the end. And as I work on my rye here, I do get some spicy notes right up front, mixed with that sweetness. I'll take another drink. I want to describe something to you. I get some honey, some brown sugar. I don't really get the toffee that I feel here on this one. But that's not unusual. It's a rye, it's not a bourbon. But I do get a little spice up front, and I get a little spice on the back end. Well, that's not quite correct. I get a little spice up front. I get a lot of spice on the back end. I feel the oak kind of running all the way through, and it's damn fine. So there you go. Hey, I am. Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Who cares? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer. Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker. Purveyor of Wisdom, and all around good guy. I shit you not.